Hello everyone, Namaskar and welcome to India Voice Fest 2020 Day 4. आज के दिन की बहुत गजब की शुरुआत हुई है with a lovely conversation with the radio का रॉक स्टार ऋषिकेश कनन और अब बारी है हमारे अगले सेशन की which is going to be something exceptionally amazing. क्योंकि ये सेशन वो लेने वाले हैं जिनका मैं ही नहीं हजारों नहीं लाखों लोग बहुत बड़े फैन हैं हमारी वॉइस इंडस्ट्री इंडियन वॉइस इंडस्ट्री के वन ऑफ द फाइनेस्ट वॉइस आर्टिस्ट द मल्टी फैसेटेड इनफैक्ट ये ना सिर्फ एक वॉइस आर्टिस्ट हैं बल्कि आई थिंक ही टेक्स मोर प्राइड in being called a biker क्योंकि ये जो शख्सियत हैं he is one of India's leading BMX bikers और बाइक एक्सेसरीज का बिजनेस भी चलाते हैं और बहुत मस्तीखोर हैं सीरियस लगते हैं पर बहुत मस्तीखोर हैं और अलग अलग आवाज़ों में भी बातें करते हैं आप लोग जानते होंगे कि किसी वक्त सैफ अली खान की आवाज़ के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा मशहूर थे इन्होंने अपने करियर की शुरुआत बहुत अर्ली शायद 16-17 साल की उम्र में की अगेन with the private FM in India. In fact, he was one of the most popular radio anchors of his time. He is none other than my very dear friend, someone I look up to, adore, and respect a lot, the one and only Rahul Mulani. Rahul, hi, good evening.
Hi, Darrpan. Are we all good? With video, audio, clear, everything?
वीडियो ऑडियो तो ठीक है पर मैं थोड़ा कांप रहा हूं उसका क्या
सर आप ऐसे ही बोलते रहते हो यार
अच्छा राहुल आज हम पूरी दुनिया के सामने हैं we are with the entire world today let me put this out once and for all I get very nervous when I have to talk to you and it's not just me so Rahul has this aura कि you know it's not so easy to just talk to him तो ऐसा क्यों होता है राहुल आप सितारे हैं यू आर अ स्टार पर कभी ऐसा क्यों नहीं होता कि तारे जमीन पर आ जाएं
What do I say to that यार
Don't say anything. मैं कुछ भी बोल रहा हूं तो don't say anything. Guys, राहुल मुलानी के बारे में
मुझे लगता है
राहुल मुलानी के बारे में क्या बोलूं राहुल is like I said one of the finest voice artists we have, especially in advertising. Advertising is a very ruthless world and only the best of the best survive in advertising. And Rahul has not only survived, he has thrived. He is one of the top voices. She's way up there when it comes to the hierarchy of voice artists in the industry. Also, he has been an extremely popular, renowned radio anchor. आप में से जो लोग थोड़े से पहले की जनरेशन के हैं, ऐसा नहीं कि इनकी उम्र हो गई है, पर जो आज से कुछ साल पहले जाएंगे, तो राहुल मुलानी was a name to reckon with in radio. And then he conquered the commercial voice industry. Rahul is also a great mimic by the way. Rahul जो आवाजें बनाते हैं उसका कोई मुकाबला नहीं है यारों के यार he is always the life of gatherings, the life of parties and अगर वो आपके यार हैं तो फिर you have no idea what a fun guy he is. But more than anything else he is a great craftsman of the craft of voice acting and मुझे यकीन नहीं था कि राहुल हाँ बोल देंगे when I proposed कि यार एक वॉइस ओवर वर्कशॉप की जाए राहुल मुलानी के साथ एंड आई वाज एब्सोल्युटली डिलाइटेड राहुल थैंक यू सो मच फॉर डूइंग दिस विद अस एंड everyone is going to be absolutely obliged.
First of all, Darrpan, thank you for that introduction. I think it's extremely generous of you to say things like that. And yeah, I'm just, this is a great initiative. So I would like to support India Voice Fest and you and Sugar Mediaz, the entire team.
Thank you.
With this, because this is such a great initiative. So
how lovely, Rahul.
Yeah, it was something that was needed. And let me tell you, Darrpan, that it's not easy to pull this off, and you have done it with flying colors. So, kudos to you and the team.
How sweet. Thank you. I think it's all of us come together. So, ho gaya. But एक बात मैं आप लोगों को बताऊंगा.
You're like the glue that binds everybody together.
मैं इसको पॉजिटिव तरीके से लूंगा क्योंकि अगर मैं इसको नेगेटिव लूं तो ये भी हो सकता है कि मैं बड़ा चिपको आदमी हूं.
ट्रांसलेट मत करना इसे. Just leave it at glue.
Absolutely, absolutely. एक और चीज मैं लोगों को बताऊंगा राहुल के बारे में. Now, Rahul Mulani is a brand. He's Rahul Mulani. Now there are voiceover artists and there is Rahul Mulani. मुझे याद है पिछले साल जब हमने इंडिया वॉइस फेस्ट अवार्ड्स की शुरुआत की थी तो राहुल वाज अ लिटिल केजी के यार शुड आई रियली पुट इन माय वर्क राहुल मुलानी बट मैंने इंसिस्ट किया और शायद मेरी बात रखने के लिए राहुल ने अपना काम सबमिट किया और भी बहुत लोग बहुत दिग्गज कलाकारों ने अपना काम सबमिट किया था क्योंकि मैंने राहुल से एक ही बात कही थी कि अगर हम ओलंपिक्स रख रहे हैं या हम आईपीएल रख रहे हैं और आईपीएल में अगर विराट धोनी तो खैर अब रिटायर हो गए हैं बट अगर विराट नहीं धोनी तो खेल रहे हैं ना आईपीएल में तो खेल ही रहे हैं तो अगर हम आईपीएल रख रहे हैं और विराट और रोहित शर्मा और धोनी नहीं होंगे तो वुड दैट रियली बी अ कंपटीशन वर्थ वाचिंग उसी तरह मैंने फिर राहुल को समझाया कि जो जो टॉप के लोग हैं आप लोगों को बिल्कुल भाग लेना चाहिए एंड राहुल डिड एंड लास्ट ईयर राहुल वन एन अवार्ड फॉर हिज टेलीविजन कमर्शियल वर्क और कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस फॉर दैट बिकॉज जब आप जैसे लोग आते हैं एक हिस्सा बनते हैं इस तरह के इवेंट का तो उस इवेंट की गरिमा बढ़ जाती है सो थैंक यू फॉर दैट ऑल्सो राहुल और अब मैं ज्यादा वक्त नहीं लूंगा बिकॉज आई बीन ब्लैबरिंग अ लॉट तो I'm going to hand over the floor to you as they say and all of us I'm going to be sitting taking notes all of us please do that and over to you Rahul Mulani ladies and gentlemen put your hands together for the voiceover workshop with Rahul Mulani.
Thank you, Darpan. Thank you. Okay, so I made a few notes that my eyes are going to move away from the screen when I start this. Okay, so without wasting any time and preamble, blah blah blah, let's just get straight into it. When people want to become a voice artist, they often ask, do I need any specific kind of voice to become a voice artist? Like, does my voice have to have a lot of bass, and do I need a deep baritone voice to do that? My answer is no, because you need all kinds of voices in the industry. You need deep baritone voices. You also need shrill voices. You also need regular character voices. And if you look at a commercial, you probably have 3 or 4 characters in the film. There will be a father or an uncle or a security guard or a delivery man. All those voices have to be done by voice artists. So they don't need to have, it doesn't have to be like a deep baritone voice. Suppose you're doing an ad for a food delivery service, and the delivery man comes to your door and he says, "Ma'am, aapka order." So it has to be a regular voice. It doesn't have to be, "Ma'am, aapka order." Marenge agar aise bola to. So yeah, you don't need to have a deep voice to get started. And yes, there could be an exception wherein if your voice is let's say you just it's one of those freakish situations where your voice is really shrill, or it's just not functioning well, then maybe being a voice artist is not the profession that you should be looking to get into. So yeah, besides that, everybody else I think can become a voice artist if they wanted to, right? So that's as far as, do I need a deep bass voice to get into being a voiceover artist, or etc. So it's not like see, a good example is basketball. You don't have to be tall to play basketball, but it helps. Doesn't mean that somebody who's 5'8", 5'9", or 5'5" cannot play basketball. As long as you can jump and dribble and pass the ball, you can play basketball. Same way with voice artists. So you don't need to have like a deep baritone voice to get started, right? So keep that thought out of your head. If you're looking to get into the voice industry and you're saying, "Oh, I don't have a deep baritone and he has a deep baritone, he should become a voice artist, I can't become a voice artist." It's not like that. So have faith in yourself. what makes you different from everybody else? Um, Everybody's unique. Everybody has their own style and way of speaking, right? Um, your voice is unique. It's got a unique signature. Um, my voice is different from Darpan's voice. My voice is different from Rishi's voice. Rishi's voice is different from his brother's voice. So we all have our own individual personality, uniqueness to the voice, which is what makes everybody unique. So, uh, for example, let me give you an example. Um, mm, okay, if you look at our Hindi film industry, since everybody will know these names, for example, Irfan Khan, Amitabh Bachchan, both have a different style of speaking, both have a different voice, yet both work, right? They both work, both are successful, both have given hit films, and both respected actors. So uh, it's your own uniqueness that will bring out um, your character. So don't worry about that. Don't get too tied up. So he's like this, I should be like that. No, be yourself. All right. When you're getting into the voice industry, or especially voice overs, uh, what would really help you is to be versatile. What do I mean by that? Um, for example, let's say there's an ad. Like I mentioned, let's stick to that delivery ad, right? Okay. Um, there's a delivery person. There's a person at home receiving the package, and then there's a voiceover at the end that says, "The fastest delivery, we deliver your food." For example, right? Um, you should try and do all of the characters in that ad, whether you've been called to do it or not. Just go through it in your head. Try and be versatile. Try and be the delivery boy. Try and be the person at home getting the package, and then try and do the voiceover at the end. All right. Don't get stuck in one genre, right? If you get stuck in one genre, that's all you will be doing, right? And your scope of work will be less. So be versatile. Be able to adapt to different styles, to different ways of speaking, different voices, all of that. The most the most important thing, according to me, um, is not your voice. Okay, I'm going to say that again because this happens when I do a workshop and I say this. People just look at me and say, what did you say?" So I'm presuming that that happened, since we're doing this on the web and I can't see you. So I'm going to say that again. It's not your voice that's important. It's your ear. All right. How you can hear something, or how you do hear something, and how it sits inside your hard drive in your head is more important. Okay. Because when you play that back inside your head, okay, when you hear something and you play it back, you should be able to do that when you speak. It's a bit complicated, but you'll get there. So just remember that your voice isn't important. What you hear, and if you can replicate that, that's more important. Okay. So because you learn from life. What is acting? Acting is basically just uh, you know real life, uh, just imitating real life. So if you observe and you learn and you imbibe and you save it, you hear it well. Only when you hear it well will you be able to reproduce it. If you can't hear how you sound and you think that you sound really good, uh, you're never going to improve. So you need to hear yourself and figure out, oh, do I sound like that? Is that what I did? Oh, that's terrible. Let me try and improve that. When you get there, you'll start improving. Um, let's talk about styles of speaking. Styles of speaking keep changing, and we have to be aware of it as a voice artist. Okay, you can't be stuck in a particular style because your audience evolves. What do I mean by that? Okay, pick a song from 1960. Is it playing in your head? Now pick a song from 2019. Styles change, right? The way we speak, the way we sing, the way we listen, it changes. So keep up with the times, uh, but learn how to speak from a different era, because that will give you an understanding as to how to speak tomorrow. It's difficult to explain, but I'll try again. For example, um, earlier on, um, in the 50s, 60s, 70s, there was a different way of speaking. Not that it's wrong. I'm just telling you that styles evolve, right? For example, one of the most respected voices in our industry, the God, Amin Sayani ji, all right? If you've heard him, he has a particular style. It's so stylish. It's so him. It's so, you get goosebumps when you listen to him. That originated like 30, 40, 50 years ago, okay, when he came on the scene. He had a certain style of speaking. Ji haan, bhai aur behno, suniye. That was his style, all right? Um, if you were to do that today to the new audience, like my son, it would not go with him. All right. My mom enjoys that. My wife may enjoy that. I enjoy that. But my son, the next generation, is not going to like that. So you need to evolve with the time and find out how they speak. How do they listen? What do they like? And that's how you evolve your style. You can't be stuck in one style. If you go back to the news readers, you know, uh, go and listen to an old newsreel and see how their styles were. It was very formal. Today in the news, we had an explosion, and this happened and that happened. It was very, very proper. It was different. Today, the style is more free flowing. It's more conversational. So, so learn to adapt those kind of styles. Um, the new style, millennials, they don't even like that much expression. They're like very flat. Okay, today's news is this. I went here, they went there, we had fun. That's it. So, yeah, styles evolve. Keep that in mind. If you're going to become a voice artist, you need to be flexible. You need to be humble, and you need to be able to take direction, which means um, there'll be a director or a writer who will want you to say the words, say the lines in a particular way, because it's their baby. It's not yours. You're just in to fill in that last bit, the last piece of the puzzle. So this is if you're doing an ad, I'm saying, or it could apply to whatever kind of voice work you're doing. So you should be able to take direction. When a director tells you that, okay, I need this to be a little softer, don't push it so much, whatever, you should be able to change and do that. If you can't do that, then you'll have to try really, really hard to do it, because otherwise you won't succeed. So being able to take direction, very, very important for a voice artist. All right. Because you're not there to do what you want. You're there to do what the director wants. Right. You're a tool. You're something that he's going to use to complete his film. So be that. Don't be stubborn. I did cover this in the first point, which is having richness in your voice. People worry a lot about that, and they tilt their head this way to get bass, and they do all these funny things. Don't do that. Don't. Just don't. Just stop. Just don't do it. Okay. Bass is overrated. Let me tell you that. Also, the richness in your voice comes with time. Yeah, you have to work on your voice. You have to, for example, if you wanted six-pack abs, you started today. Would you get them by January? No. Why? Because you have to work at it. All right. There's a million things you need to do to get six packs. You have to diet. You have to work out. You have to, million things. So same way with your voice. You're not going to get richness immediately. So be patient and let it take its time. All right. Um, it comes with time. It comes with practice. It comes with using your vocal cords and doing vocal exercises and just being at it. And then it starts getting rich when you use it more in the right way without straining it. Then you get richness. So wait for it. Don't be impatient. I did not sound like this 20 years ago. So, yeah, I didn't. You should hear some of the stuff from back then. Okay. What else? Acting and acting workshops. Yes, they help. So if you want to get into voicing and you're looking to figure out what you should do, blah, 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 what should I do? How do I do this? Is there an institute? No, there isn't an institute. Yes, get in touch with Sugar Mediaz. Find out if you can do a workshop with them. I run a workshop. Find out if you can get into that workshop. And if you can find a good acting workshop near you or far away from you, then travel and do it, because ultimately we are voice actors. So any kind of acting training will help you as a person grow as an actor and therefore a voice actor. So yeah, do it. It's good. It will help. People often ask me, do I have to be a certain age to play a certain character? Interesting. So that means if I have to play a 60, 70-year-old grandpa in a film, voice I'm talking about, right? Do I need to be that old to play the character? I don't think so. आवाज तो आनी चाहिए, फीलिंग आनी चाहिए. बेटा, बेटा, ये क्या कर रहे हो बेटा? वॉइस एक्टिंग में जा रहे हो? क्या कर रहे हो बेटा? क्रिकेट खेलो, क्रिकेट. So yeah, you can do it. Or if you need to be really young, then you got to feel the, just again, what have you heard? You heard an old man, imbibe it, save it, replicate it. That's what will happen. Same way, you need to play an 18-year-old. I'm not 18. I'm actually 17. So, but I can play an 18-year-old. So if I play, yo, what's up? Let's go, man. Let's go to the pub, yeah. What's up, yeah? Let's go. I'm getting late, man. You can do it. That was bad, but ho jayega. Originality. Okay, don't try and be something that you're not and that you can't do. Don't do it. Okay, stick to what you know. Stick to what you're good at. Practice the other stuff, but stick to what you're good at and pursue that. Get good at that. Then try and incorporate something that you're not good at. Yeah, but first stick to what you're good at. Find somebody who you like to listen to. Yeah, any voice, whoever, wherever. There's so many channels. I don't need to give you a tutorial on where to find voices. Y'all would know that better than me. In our times, we didn't have all this, so we ran after real people. But now you can run after somebody on the internet also. So figure out who you like, follow that person, imbibe that person's style, way of speaking, and copy it. Yeah, do that till you develop your own style. Just follow somebody and try and be exactly like how they are, and then move on to your own style. That'll help you get started if you're looking to get started. Also know your voice and find out what you can do and cannot do. What do I mean by that? For example, again, taking actors because it's easier as an example. Let's say Tom Hanks, yeah, one of the greatest actors. I love the guy. Absolutely brilliant. He's good in so many roles. You know, Woody in Toy Story, Castaway, when he played, Philadelphia, whatever, you know, just take any of those roles. And then let's take an actor like Jason Statham. You know who he is? That bald guy, yeah, the bald guy. Would he be able to do Woody from Toy Story? No, I don't think so. So yeah, there are limitations to what you can do as an actor. Jason Statham can play, a bad guy beating people up, but Tom Hanks can't do that. So know what you can do and what you can't do. And what you can't do, leave it for now. Don't push it. What you're good at, continue with that. Try and develop what you can't do. I hope that was clear. Okay, I'm just going to look at and try and see if there's some comments. And okay, my question is how to start a career in the voice industry. My question is how to join India. I don't understand that. Why I cannot, I don't know. Oh yeah, Forrest Gump. Thank you, Ankur. How could I forget that? Laugh is like a box of chocolates. Okay, if I listen to my voice, well, I can feel disturbing. Okay. How many you watched? Modulation tips. Okay, so let's get.
हाय एवरीवन। नहीं, ये मैं राहुल मुलानी नहीं हूँ और वो अचानक से स्ट्रीम से बाहर आ गए हैं। आइए उनको फिर से लेते हैं आगे। So, Rahul, sorry.
I was looking at the comments, man, and it's just like.
कोई नहीं, और मैं and I was having my sandwich while watching you and making notes.
And your chai?
I'm having my black coffee right now, and black coffee tastes better in India Voice Fest mug. So I'll leave you to this.
Okay, so I was just trying to get some comments, but now I'm going to look somewhere else and try and get them. Okay, so somebody said modulation tips. Modulation tips. Okay, let me figure that out. Modulation tips. Okay. First of all, what is modulation? Okay. It's the variation in your tone. It's the pitch. For example, let's take a line. Let's say, I'm sorry I said that to you. Okay. Now, the favorite word with advertising agencies is modulation. Okay, we need modulation. So what are you going to do? The line is, I'm sorry I said that to you. Pick any line, okay, and try and say it in 5, 6, 7 different ways, which means something else each time because of which word you chose to stress. Okay. I'm sorry I said that to you. That's the line. Take one. I'm sorry I said that to you. Next one. I'm sorry I said that to you. I'm sorry I said that to you. I'm sorry I said that to you. So these are all different meanings. Since we're short on time, I can't expand into each one of them, but you get the picture. So take any line. I'm going to the market. I bought a new phone. India Voice Fest rocks. That you can only say in one way. India Voice Fest rocks! the only way to say it. So don't take that line. Just say that line. But take any other line. Pick a line from a newspaper, pick a line from a book, whatever it is, and say it in different ways that means different things. That's modulation. Okay. And what else is there? How can I balance my voice? Sarita Bhardwaj says, if I have a long recording session, how can I balance my voice? I don't know what that means. Balance your voice. I think it means how you can, if you have a long session, how do you take care of your voice? Don't strain it. That's another thing. You can't, don't strain your voice. If you go for like a rock concert, don't scream. You'll lose your voice for the next couple of days. So don't scream, just, and clap. Don't scream. How to voice over multiple voices, says Dubstar. Okay. Again, you got to listen to the voices that you want to do. Imbibe them. They have to be sitting inside your head. And only then will you be able to do those voices. If you just try and do those voices, it's never going to happen. Also, please, you have to, Darpan is so sweet. He says a lot of sweet things about everybody, but he said that I can do many, many voices. I can't do so many voices. And that's the point I'm getting at, that when you try and do impressions, I don't like to say mimicry, because when you say impressions, you get paid better. So say impressions. Don't say mimicry. Okay, if you're a mimicry artist, you'll get paid like a mimicry artist. If you want to get paid well, say, I do impressions. Okay, so when you're doing impressions, first thing you have to do is listen to the voice. Okay, let it sit inside your hard drive here. Once you have that down, you got to then try and bring it out from here. It's complicated, but that's how you start. So multiple voices, keep trying. Some you will get, some you will not get. Some are gifts and some you have to work for. I worked for like 3, 4, 5 years or something to get close to Mr. Bachchan's voice. Saif Ali Khan's voice was a gift from God. Thank you. तो मैं कभी भी ऐसे बात कर सकता हूँ. सो के भी उठाओ तो मैं ऐसे बात कर सकता हूँ. Hey baby, what's up यार? Coffee पिलाओ. So that happens. That was a gift. Everything else I had to work for. Yeah. रिश्ते में तो हम तुम्हारे बाप लगते हैं, लेकिन नाम मुझे पता नहीं. ये करने में मुझे बहुत बहुत टाइम लगा. बहुत टाइम लगा. मालूम. So keep them in your head and then try and replicate them. You will figure out the process as you go. Okay. Yeah. Somebody says, I do feel a bit hurt when someone calls me a mimicry artist. Yeah. Tell them you're an impression. You do impressions. Okay. Practice is everything. Yes. Or Mona say Morgan Freeman. Now listen to me, Mr. Wayne. I'll do this for you this time. But after this, you're on your own. And Darth Vader. Karen, is that Karen? That's you, Karen D'Souza Braganza? That's you? Okay. Okay, Darth Vader. Join me on the dark side. Or there's 2 ways to do Darth Vader, actually. Because there's one that we perceive in our head which sounds like this. Join me on the dark side. And if you actually really pay attention to the voice, then it's more like, your lack of faith is disturbing. Join me on the dark side and we will rule the galaxy. There's 2 ways to do that. But all these voices have to be sitting inside your head. That's a good song also, Sitting Inside Your Head. Look it up on Spotify. Good song. What's your favorite work in the industry to do? I don't know. Anything that's fun. It's just got to be fun for you. That's how you wake up and you enjoy yourself. Um, oh, that's Optimus Prime, Mona Singh. So remember it. Next time you need to cast. Love you, Mona. Okay, so what else? I'm just trying to look at comments, but okay, we'll leave that for now. Um, if there's anything that you would like to ask, just put it in the comments, and I'll try and get to that right away. Um, okay, tell us about your biking passion. That's from India Voice Fest. Okay, so yeah, I'm a very passionate biker. I began riding BMX. Been riding bikes all my life, and then I began riding BMX bikes back in 1987, and we were part of the first BMX crew in Mumbai, and we're still friends. We still ride together. Um, I still continue to BMX now with the new generation of riders, so it's great fun. It's something that I love, and it keeps you young. It keeps you sort of fit. I should do it more often to get more fit. It's good that the screen is only till here. So yeah, I love that. Actually, I like all kinds of riding. I like riding in the mountains as well. I like doing sort of long rides in the city. Um, Very passionate about biking. I have uh, an online shop. It's called zealotbmx.com, and you can look it up. At the moment, we sell only BMX parts, but we we kind of help you get hooked up in biking as to whatever you need. So yeah, that's what I do. Um, any advice or tips on narrating audiobooks? You got to be patient. If you want to do audiobooks, start reading them. Start reading books aloud, and uh, you should be able to do uh, the characters. When you're doing an audiobook, um, you don't necessarily need to change your voice because it's an audiobook. It's not. It's not like a voiceover performance. It's a book. So, but you need to bring out the nuances of each character who's who's in the book. So like if there's a mother and then there's a there's somebody else, there's the young girl. So if there's a mother and a young girl talking, you need to bring that out when um, the different ways of speaking. So the mother will be controlled and slower and say, but why would you do that? I told you not to go to the lake. And the girl would reply, but mother, I only went there because Karen was going there. Sorry, Karen. So bring out those kind of differences in your voice, and you got to practice page by page. So read it aloud, like sit in your room alone and read it aloud. Now's a great time for any kind of training, any kind of practice, because everybody's just sitting at home, when we aren't going anywhere. So sit in your room and speak loudly, and don't bother about the neighbors or anybody saying, "Ye kya kar rahe, pagal log chilla rahi hai, ye kar raha hai, wo kar raha hai." Shh, just do it. Okay, don't bother about people. The less you bother about people, the happier you'll be. One thing I've learned. Please tell how to clear out voice irregularities from Darpan Satija. What does that mean? Voice irregularities. I guess you're referring to just like your voice, like when you wake up in the morning or something like that. You need to just do some voice exercises. Um, there's loads of exercises. There's pranayam, yogic pranayam, breathing. Do all of that. It clears out everything. Do basic vocal exercises, because well, it's like this. If you're going to run the marathon, you need to do some kind of stretches, right? Same thing with your vocal cords. If you're going to be speaking, that's your marathon. So you need to do some kind of stretching, some kind of exercises just to open it up, to warm it up, to lube it. You need to do all that. Try avoiding cold stuff. Try drinking more warm stuff, more hot stuff, tea, coffee, black preferably. It works, helps. Okay, to practice voiceover, should we do in any particular time? No, anytime. It's a stupid industry myth that you can only or you should only dub in the morning. I don't believe that. My voice sounds better right now than in the morning because that's just how it is. That's just how it is. You're better with Hindi or English? I guess I'm better with English. I do Hindi as well, but I guess I'm better with English. What else? Any special advice, do's and don'ts for VO aspirants at 57? Wow. Kalpana. Hi, Kalpana. At 57. No, man, you can just start. Just go for it. Just if you're beginning at 57, I'd just say that don't start stressing your voice out too much. Start slowly and do your vocal exercises because you don't want to strain your vocal cords because post 50 recovery of anything just takes time. So if you're not 18, the recovery it just takes time. So I guess your vocal cords recovery will also take time. So don't push it. Just do your vocal exercises slowly work it up. Don't shock your vocal cords. Can you take out Shinchan voice? No, I don't. I never watched Shinchan, so I don't know. But I think he was that shrieky little guy, right? Something like that. I don't know. Karen says, okay, thank you, Karen. Okay, I've been dabbling voice in the. Can I suggest some coaching mentorship programs? Get in touch with Sugar Mediaz, Shamsher Singh, and they have some workshops and they'll help you out, figure it out. How can I become dubbing artist, your idol? Copy fact. I don't know what that means. Okay. How can we know that we are ready for voiceovers after practicing? Oh yeah, that's a good question. So when you start practicing, it's going to take you time. Long pause. It will take time. So if you start practicing today, 6 months later, you have to review yourself. Yeah, 6 months. Because advertising is ruthless. Okay. If you can't deliver, you're out. So think about it. You need to be absolutely ready when you step into the ring. So practice, record, playback, 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 record, playback. Listen to yourself. Do you like it? Would you buy this? Would you? Yes? Then you're ready. No? Go back to work. Simple. Okay. Using nose for dubbing comic characters, fun making show, movie, whether it's animation or real life being a concept. Okay. I understand that. Okay. Very keen about storytelling. Wish to know how one should practice to emote and express the story in the required mood properly. You have to feel the mood. Once you feel it, then it will come out. So if you're just reading it, it'll sound like you're reading. If you read it and understand it, first thing to do is understand the script. If you don't understand the script, nothing is going to happen. You're just going to be reading it out. Understand it. What is the story? What are they trying to say? What is the book saying? What is the dialogue saying? What does it mean? What is the mood of that person? Understand all of that, process it in your hard drive, and then speak. Okay. Some studios where we can give audition, go to Sugar Mediaz. Is an online dubbing platform for us to practice on. What does that mean? Online dubbing platform for us to practice on? No, you have a phone, right? You have a computer. Either one of those things you'd probably have. So you can record and playback on those devices. If not, दादाजी से एक छोटा टेप रिकॉर्डर लेके आइए, रिकॉर्ड बटन दबाइए, रिकॉर्ड कीजिए, प्लेबैक करिए. And there's no excuse for that now, you know. How can I make my modulation in my voice?
I thought the long pause was a good time for me to enter.
I've been waiting for you to enter for quite a while.
I didn't want to because I didn't want this to stop. But this is, guys, this is Rahul Mulani, and very informal yet very informative, and words of wisdom, but rendered in the most casual manner. And this is it. This was a great opportunity for everyone to pick on your mind. So I don't think, Rahul, इस तरह का कभी मौका आता है जब someone gets to have you for an hour, no pun intended, talk about the craft. क्योंकि जितना वक्त राहुल ने आपको अभी दिया इस वर्कशॉप के दौरान, उतने वक्त में Rahul could have really, done a couple of recordings or more than that. And Rahul Mulani is one of the top voices in the industry. So you do the math. So जैसे मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले कहा था कि इस इवेंट में ज्यादा लॉजिक नहीं यूज हो रहा है. So logic says that why should we be doing this? Why should a Rahul Mulani come and spill out the secrets? But then this is about magic and not logic. So all these top guys are coming out and are coming on board and sharing their skills so selflessly. So remember one thing, that बड़ा आर्टिस्ट वो नहीं होता जो बहुत पॉपुलर होता है. कहीं ना कहीं बड़ा आर्टिस्ट वो होता है who is so secure in his own skin that he or she does not, hesitate in sharing. And Rahul doesn't believe in shortcuts. From whatever I know about Rahul is always a guy to take the long road, whether it is to success or to master a skill. So जो भी बातें राहुल ने बोली हैं, उनको आप गांठ बांध लीजिए. और आपने बड़े अच्छे सवाल पूछे. We had a great turnout, Rahul, and it was a very wisdom से भरा हुआ सेशन. जितनी भी बातें राहुल ने बोली हैं बहुत ही सटीक और देखा जाए तो बहुत बेसिक हैं. कोई रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है, पर उसके बावजूद भी क्यों ऐसा होता है कि 100 में से जो 100 लोग वॉइस आर्टिस्ट बनना चाहते हैं, राहुल, उनमें से 4 या 5 ही शायद आगे बढ़ पाते हैं, सर्वाइव कर पाते हैं, थ्राइव कर पाते हैं. परसिवरेंस, एब्सोल्युटली. एंड यू कांट. मुझे याद है जब मैं इस इंडस्ट्री में आया था, मेरे पास तो ना राहुल मुलानी जैसी आवाज थी, ना आज है, और ना ही मेरी आवाज ऐसी नहीं थी कि मैं रूम में एंटर करूं और लोग खड़े हो जाएं कि कौन आया है. तो इफ एन एवरेज जो लाइक मी कैन मेक इट, और सो टू से, इसका मतलब आप इसको अक्वायर कर सकते हो, इस टैलेंट को अक्वायर कर सकते हो आप विद अ लॉट ऑफ हार्ड वर्क.
Yeah, Darpan, I think all of us were average Joes when we started. शुरुआत तो सबकी ऐसे ही हुई.
Quite fair.
If we hear our recordings from 20-25 years ago, it's going to sound a lot different.
Yeah. I know, absolutely. बिल्कुल. So I guess काफी सवाल, I think राहुल ने बहुत सारे सवाल लिए, बल्कि I think he's been very generous. कुछ बहुत ही बेसिक से सवाल थे, but Rahul addressed them. और राहुल मुलानी भी वर्कशॉप्स कंडक्ट करते हैं, कभी कभार करते हैं. आई थिंक it'll be a good idea for you to connect with Rahul on his Instagram and Facebook page and Instagram account. And और इनका अकाउंट बड़ा कमाल का है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर आपको इनके काम से ज्यादा आपको इनकी बाइकिंग के पोस्ट मिलेंगे, एंड मुझे वो ज्यादा पसंद आते हैं. राहुल इज अ वेरी पैशनेट बाइकर, और आप इनको फॉलो कीजिए, इनसे कनेक्ट कीजिए और शुक्र मनाइए. आई थिंक आपको इस चीज के लिए जरूर इंडिया वॉइस फेस्ट को थैंक करना चाहिए, दैट यू गॉट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू बी इन अ रूम विद राहुल मुलानी फॉर एन आवर. घंटे भर के लिए आप उनके साथ में थे, जो बहुत कम लोगों को ये मौका मिलता है. तो बी थैंकफुल फॉर दैट. एंड सबकी तरफ से राहुल, A big thank you to you
Thank you, Darpan. Thank you
for
for this
always being
opportunity.
so loving. राहुल ज्यादा जताते नहीं हैं, पर राहुल बहुत ज्यादा सपोर्टिव है. मैं उनकी बातें ज्यादा नहीं करूंगा क्योंकि उनको ज्यादा पसंद नहीं आएगा शायद. पर पिछले साल भी, 2 साल पहले भी, जब मैंने शुरू किया था इंडिया वॉइस फेस्ट, आप लोग भले ही कहते हैं कि दर्पण ने शुरू किया, पर ऐसा नहीं है. मैंने शुरू जरूर किया था, पर जब तक ये सब साथ नहीं आए, पीपल लाइक राहुल मुलानी, वो बहुत साइलेंटली हेल्प करते हैं, आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा, वो कभी जताते नहीं है, शायद हमारी बात भी नहीं होती है ज्यादा. शुरू पहले साल से राहुल हैज बीन सो हेल्पफुल. I just have to call him and he will say yes, which is, I think, what friends in the industry are. This is how friends in the industry look like. और बड़े लोग ऐसे होते हैं. तो thank you, Rahul. Thank you so much on behalf of all of us.
No, I'd like to thank you, Darpan, for this opportunity, and thank you, India Voice Fest and Sugar Mediaz, for doing such a fantastic job of this fest. I mean, it's beyond what I could have imagined. When you said that we're doing it online this year, I said, "ये कैसे करने वाला है यार? ये बंदा क्या सोच रहा है?" And it's beyond my expectations. It's just absolutely thrilling. I was watching a couple of the feeds today. I missed the live feed, but I was catching up with I saw the one with Abhishek Bachchan, and I saw yesterday I saw the inaugural one with Harish Ji and Mona, and it was just fantastic. Yeah, I just loved it.
Absolutely. I think सारे के सारे आ गए हैं साथ में. तो और and it's day 4 today, 3 more days to go. 7th day जो है, last day जो है, that's the
and
award.
of course Rishi is just before mine. That was fun too.
अरे ऋषि,
Hi Rishi, if you're still watching.
ऋषि is an absolute rock star. शमी नारंग जी का भी एक सेशन था, अगर आपने नहीं देखा राहुल तो देखिएगा. He was an absolute legend. What a rock star. Shami Narang from Delhi. You should watch him. The voice of Metro.
Yeah.
The voice of Metro all over India. The Hindi voice of Metro.
Okay.
Yeah. Legend. So बढ़िया है. So thank you Rahul. अब क्योंकि अभी कुछ ही मिनटों में मोना का मैजिक अनवील होने वाला है, तो everyone who is watching, please stay with us. और ये स्ट्रीम जैसे ही खत्म होती है, अब अगला वीडियो जो है मोना का मैजिक, जहां पर नेहा गार्गवा will be in conversation with Mona Shetty. And she will try to find out what is it that makes Mona the enigma that she is of the voice industry. So from Rahul and me, a big thank you to all of you, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.